Hello everybody, welcome back to the ESL UK studios and to any Estonians watching, tere, because according to Google that's how you say hello in Estonian, so hopefully that wasn't too bad.
Yeah,
Hoss.
I'm just going to go hola for those
Hola?
Spaniards watching, yeah.
Yeah, he can speak Spanish and he thinks he's
Very
cool.
badly. But
Your accent is pretty decent though.
porque es muy importante para jugar los videojuegos por la ganar el dinero.
What he said. But anyways, so we are on map number 3, United Estonia up against fm-eSports, and what a best of 3 we've seen so far.
Yeah, we had a topsy-turvy game of Nuke,
Mm-hmm.
and then a topsy-turvy game of Inferno as well. United Estonia bringing it back to 1-1 in that last map, which was Inferno, and we're now on to the glorious map that is named after its classic structures that are made of cobblestone, of course.
Yep, DE cobblestone. So
Is
here
it
we
not-
go, guys. Pistol.
Is it not just DE cobble?
It used to be just cobble,
Yeah.
but they've changed it to cobblestone in
Okay.
CSGO. Yeah.
But, interestingly enough, United Estonia won the knife round and opted to start CT. From my initial understanding, this is kind of an even map, which in some terms favours the favours the T side. So we'll have to see how they're going to play this one out.
I think really all these, when maps are quite even like this, you probably end up favouring the CTs a bit more, simply because they've got the easier job to do. They just essentially sit on top of a bomb site and wait for you to come to them.
Yeah, it's like Devilwalk described Dust 2 as quite a while ago, that the T side is more favourable, but it's always easier to play the CT side.
Because you basically stood still waiting
Yeah.
for T's to come to you. And as well, he did actually say that something the T's can utilise here on the B bomb site here on Cobbles, the fact that they can actually get to that bomb site
B-bomb site so quickly.
as opposed to the CTs. But there we have it, the Dragon Law carpet. That's when you know you're playing this wonderful map that is Cobblestone. And here we have FM just regrouping outside this B bomb site. No smoke, so we're most likely just going to see flashes go over the wall, and the execution is going to come in.
Yep, 2 players go in, drop down, they take out Nuga, as there is 1 player tight left of Cryptix, takes him down, and this hut area, there's 1 player in there, but he is actually a lot more exposed than he initially thought, though. Spur going to get 1 before he gets taken down. It's now just all on Fett. Weber going to get the headshot there, and it's so easy just to get onto this B-bomb site. The T's have such an advantage, A, with the height, and B, the B-bomb site is just so open. We saw there, they picked up the frag, whoever was tight left, and the guy dropped down. And then it was Spur in the little hut at the side. But A, the walls on that are so thin, and B, you can just get surrounded so easily and taken out.
As well, going towards that B-bomb site, they had more long-distance battles to try and engage in, and the Glock does favour long-distance battles as opposed to the silenced USP that both CTs had. So here we go. Socken says thank you very much. The Dane, of course, for this fm-eSports side. It's going to be 2 frags for the T's. Make that 3. And this eco round coming out from United Estonia, quite simply going down the drain here. They're not going to do too much damage unless Spur can get 1 or 2 frags. But I don't think he's got the 1v5 in the bag.
But he does have a 5-7.
If he can just get 1 frag, like onto an injured player like Neil Senior, maybe get away with a few nades at a Mac 10, it could probably be a decent return.
Yeah, I think Spur here would rather have the Mac 10, the nade, sorry, over the Mac 10. No one wants a Mac 10. But it looks like Cryptix here, gonna chase him. Boom, there's the headshot. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. 5 frags for 0. That's fm-eSports now. Going to keep on buying up, rebuying their grenades, and I'm intrigued as to how this gun round's going to go, how UE are going to set up on this CT side.
So, 2 P250s and 3 USPs, and look at this, ladies and gents. United Estonia putting all their eggs in one basket. We've got all of FM going to B, and all of United Estonia pushing A long. So really, the bomb probably will go down sometime soon now, Oz.
Yeah, as while FM are taking this B bomb site uncontested, GLG beat Infused 2-0.
Wow, see ya, Infused. Like I said, I mean, we've got Critical, who, as far as I'm aware, hasn't played in a while. Oh, my days, Infused. God damn it. But here we go. Let's forget about Infuse. Let's focus on United Estonia. In FM, Mick is going to take that Gilil, but he's just going to salvage it for the next round. And Neil now trying to get a few exits with that Mac 10. Gets one, but the main priority here for United Estonia is to just hold on to this Galil and maybe get a few more exit frags. But no, the Galil has been lost. And can the player with the USP salvage it? No, he cannot. Neil Zinho going big with the double. And even though he's only up against an eco, he managed to stop United Estonia from saving that Galil.
Yep, as UE now going to be on a very forced buy. They haven't actually been able to get many frags. They've got 4 frags across 3 rounds now. And that's not enough to get you a good amount of nades or even a good buy here. As Nilzinho still with the Mac 10. Sokken's going to find 1 frag. Does get traded out by Fets, and that's one of the advantages the CTs do have on Cobblestone. They are able to rush that side area and get to mid, get to like the peak of mid area before the Ts. As Weber's going to flick down onto the head of Fets, finds that one. Cal though, he's jumped up there, gone aggressive. Does have a flashbang in hand, which I believe he's already sent out. As Weber lurking towards that A side. 3 versus 4. Cal finds one, going to reload behind it as well. Weber still lurking towards this A site. Trying to maybe find the frag onto Nuga. Cal going to pop flash just to get out of there. Spur was the man that sent that one in.
Good teamwork. Yep,
and I really don't like where Cal is now. 4 HP, just 1 bullet from an AK through there will kill him.
Yeah, it could easily get spammed. But fm-eSports, they're going to buy a ticket to the raffle, and they're going to the correct bomb site. They're going to go to the bomb site where only Nuga is playing by himself, but the bomb has been lost. Nuga so close to making a double. 30 seconds to go. Windansky is going to pick up the bomb, but that bomb was left so far down mid that it is going to give the CTs time to rotate back round. And Cal will hear it going down, and he's got to dodge the flames at all costs. He's 4 HP. Spur comes in with a headshot. Windansky returns a favour, and now it's a Cal who's bleeding very, very heavily up against an angry Irish Windansky, and he's going to be furious after that. Hits the floor. Cal with a huge clutch, and it is going to be 3-1 now. Great round for United Estonia.
Exactly what they needed there. Cal, he's going to think he was probably a cat there with so many lives.
Well, that's what I love about Counter-Strike. You can have only 1 point of health and no armor, but in a weird way, you can still pull off stuff like that when you are on the verge of your grave. And I guess it's little moments of magic like that which are why we love the game. Counter-Strike, exactly. But still, despite winning that round, Hoss, look at how tight money is for United Estonia. So FM could still very well knock them back.
Straight like that as well. Cal now. He picks up the AK and drops it to Mick. Rather than dropping him the M4, obviously prefers those that CT-sided weapon. Windansky's going to send smoke towards connector. Nilzinho coming through, drop down alongside the flashbangs. And they're going to come across the smoke here. They are going to be able to get down and jump through window if they want to. As Cal's going to get the head of Windansky. There's Cryptics now, the last guy down long for now. Cal spots him out. It's Cal who loses his HP rather than the FM youngster. Nilzinho finds the frag onto Fets. Coming round, gets another one. That's what I was talking about, dropping out of window. And there it is, Cryptics drops Cal. Just Mick left now. He's going to be saving this AK.
Yeah, at least you'd hope he would. But, yeah. And there it is. Financially, United Estonia knocked back and away. And to be honest, for fm-eSports to be 4-1 up is a pretty comfortable situation for them on the T side. Like we said, it is a very even map, but in my opinion, it does ever so slightly favour the CTs because they've got less work to do in theory. So, fm-eSports, they'll be happy with how things have gone so far. They're just going to stand on top of this massive, it looks like a massive case-hardened samurai. But yeah, 4-1, AKs all round, and it's going to be an eco round from United Estonia. And the last time they had an eco round, they obviously pushed all 5 players up towards A long. So let's see whether they try anything fancy this time round. They could all decide to push B because the fm-eSports have really favoured that B bomb site.
Yeah, but it looks like that's what they're going to do. And, of course, in true T fashion, they're there before them. But before any action goes off, I am mistaken. Infused are able to pull it back 16-14. So we're 1-1 going to Nuke. But this is a really interesting boost, and that's a monster of a nade.
Kobe!
Nope.
Oh.
No. You haven't earned the right to shout Kobe yet. Weber and Nilzinho getting the 2 frags there. Nuga able to grab 1, but that's a great boost if you can pull it off. But it takes so much skill and so much teamwork because it's a 2-man boost.
Yeah. Oh, remind me of some of the Pubmaster stuff back from 1.6. Literally have like 4-man boosts and stuff. Is brilliant.
There was one on Nuke where you could diffuse through the ceiling, couldn't you? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, good old days. And then Valve had to make CSGO ruin it all. But 5-1. And fair play to United Estonia. Just on an eco, dropping 3 out of the 5 FM players. But United Estonia here, again, it's almost like watching Nuke.
Yeah, but
they just can't build bank. That's the problem.
This is a T-sided map, though. And I really question why they started CT unless they just want to get it over and done with.
I don't know. I'm not convinced it's T-sided.
Really?
Like, I
feel
don't
like
have any stats to back that it has become T-sided, because it used to be heavily CT-sided, and they've looked to try and even it out. And it's more or less very much similar to the old cobblestone, but they've given the Ts a lot more newer avenues. So even though the CTs get to the B bomb site late, they practically also spawn on the A bomb site. So I'm still not too convinced that it's a T map. I still think it slightly favours the CTs, but
see, personally, I just feel like the Ts just naturally get so much of an advantage here because they have the peak angle there and connector towards window and drop down. They get to the B bomb site a lot quicker. If they want to go to A, then they need to play super passive because the only real resistance that the CTs can put up is via side and long. And there it is, another easy pick there for Socken. Admittedly, Mick should have probably had that one, but Weber just waltzing on through here. And he has perfect angle to look over all of that A bomb site, and he's already on it, along with Socken over there. Nuga is going to get 1 headshot, going to look to try and get the frag onto Weber here as well. But they've forced 1 man to rotate over, and the bomb's going to get planted on this B site.
Yep. Spur. The AWP. Nailed in the head by Windansky. A little bit 4 versus 2. Weber sprays and plays. So see you later to Carl. And now Nuga, the online box man, of course. In a 1v4. Out comes his knife. And out comes Nilzinho with the AK. 6-1 now. And fm-eSports looking really, really, really strong here. And United Estonia, you have to wonder, Haas, I mean, what can you do in a situation like this? You can't buy properly, you don't have a sufficient amount of nades to hold off your opponents, but when you do get the chance to buy, you do have to goddamn buy, you know, especially when you're 6-1 down. So, the eco's going to come out from United Estonia, and let's see what they can do.
They get 1 tag onto Cryptics. And they're going to go aggressive here, get 1, spray across for the second. And it's as easy as that. There's the third. But again, just to reiterate, I was mistaken. It was 16-14 for Infuse, so they're going to map 3, which is going to be Nuke.
Wow.
So it's 16-14. That's another frag. And another one. It was 16-14 to GLG on Cash, 16-14 to Infused on Dust 2, and then they're going to Nuke of all maps to decide it.
You know, I think Nuke could go to Infused. I feel like with Critical and Hoods G on the side, they probably have the stronger authors.
The more experience as well, potentially.
Yeah, on a map like Nuke. And GLG, I think we saw him play Nuke in the qualifiers, and they relied quite heavily on Fearless to hold outside by himself for the AWP. So I'm not saying that you have to play with an AWP outside on CT side Nuke.
Just helps a lot.
Yeah, it does. It does when you have a player who can utilize it so well, like a phenomenal player such as Fearless. But 7-1 to fm-eSports, and they are without a doubt going to be hungry to make it 8. United Estonia, they have a bit of cash to work with because they just lost so many rounds in a row. It's still not great, but as a famous supermarket once said, every little helps, right?
Other supermarkets are available. Spur and Fetz, though, they're getting on the scoreboard here. Cryptics does get the return on to the Super Saiyan player of Spur, apparently.
Definitely doesn't look Super Saiyan at the moment.
Scoreboard agrees. 5 frags, top of his team on the frag board, but not on points. As Nuga playing very passive, spots one player in Cryptic. Cryptic goes for the reface, 18 HP. Kobe! No. Mick's going to fall though to the headshot from Socken. Nuga returns it on Socken. Cryptic's very heavily injured here. Nuga checking all of his angles as Weber going to come round. 1, 2, easy as that.
That was dirty. That was dirty.
That's what I'm on about. The CTs, they're just so exposed no matter where they stand on that B bomb site. The Ts can just wrap around and pick them off one by one.
Well, it looked more like poor communication between the two CTs there. I mean, should have been aware that there could have a terrorist could have potentially snuck from behind, because they only saw, I think it was 2 players actually push out from the opening at B. But talking about the opening, that's exactly where FM are going right now. They're up against United Estonia, who only have pistols, and United Estonia could really do with a round on the board. Vets trades at CZ for a Desert Eagle, but the Russian Kalashnikov is just too goddamn strong. 9-1, and United Estonia, they could have bought up that last round. They finally decided, guys, look, let's go for 9-6. Let's stop forcing up. Let's eco an extra round and go at it with an amount of weapons, or a strength of weapons, and amount of nades that we feel comfortable with. And this is the first round we actually see him with a very, very strong buy and 2 warps as well. Now this is going very similar to what they did on Inferno when it wasn't going too well for them. They start adopting this very, very aggressive in-your-face style of play.
And they've already picked up 1 frag on Socken and a lot of damage dealt back onto Cryptics and Nilzinho here as well. So FM need to be careful when they commit themselves to a site. They could potentially get picked off, but look at where Weber is. He snuck between the 2 CTs on this site, but Spurs holding that one down as we expect him to do. 1 nade goes through, drop down, followed by another. Makes that a molly as well. As Nuga's gonna then face Nilzinho. He gets that win. Dansky goes down to Calzorp. And now Cryptic's last man standing, 20 HP. Mick has sights on the bomb. And it's as easy as that. United Estonia, their aggressive playstyle worked there, and their 2 ops got a frag as well. Got those sights on lockdown. Now they just need to make sure they can do the same in this one.
Yeah, 1 round at a time, Hoss.
Yep.
That has to be the name of the game for United Estonia. And for once, Windansky isn't playing too well. It has to be said that he really, really, really was fabulous on the first 2 maps.
Yeah.
So we can let him off for that one. Socken with the entry. Super Saiyan Spur finally living up to his name, but Windansky, there he is with the AWP to give his team that 1-man lead. But they still are yet to commit to either of these 2 bomb sites, but judging by the movement of the players, they are going to regroup here at B.
Nilzinho is going to be lurking over towards A. Nuga on this site, he has an M4, and if he goes down, then Yui can only really take long-range duels. Nuga's going to get 1 frag here, try to fall back. He's now just going to get spammed through that box. Takes a lot of damage there as well. Cal, again, he can only look one side of this box. Cryptic spots him go across. Easy headshot there. Now it's just Spur left. Gets 1 before he falls onto Socken, but Nilzinho takes that and the AWP as well. And fm-eSports now hit double figures, 10-2. And that's Yui's rounding. Loss, bonus, whatever you want to call it now, lost as well.
Also, one thing to note is, bar the 1 round where fm-eSports just went full YOLO into B, knowing their opponents were going to be on an eco, almost every time they send the mass majority of their players towards B, the same time that they execute onto B, there's always 1 player flanking through mid around 5 or so seconds later, and it just makes so much of a difference. But Weber got dinked, but still got the frag nonetheless. That boost not paying off for United Estonia. They really needed that entry. And that was probably the difference between the AK and the M4 there. Weber just getting dinked. And as we saw, when Cal got the clutch a few rounds ago, a few points of health is all you need. And 9 HP for a player of Weber's quality is still more than enough for him to make sure he really makes United Estonia suffer.
Yep, Cal though this time he's going to get 100% of the HP off of Socken. Weber still injured. I like where Nuga's playing here. The only problem would be if Cryptics were to jump directly over him. Cal He's going to find the frag onto Cryptic's Weber now, though.
There's the flank again.
There it is, and that's why drop down, you need to have complete control of it. He's going to flash across. Mick couldn't see a thing, as it's just Fetz and Nuga left. Nilzinho's going to go down. That's the bomb as well. This is now hard for Weber and Windansky, but after he gets a frag like that.
Yeah, it was a great up kill from Windansky, but you can never rule out a player of Fet's quality. He's traded out the AWP for the M4, and you know what? This might be doable, but I spoke too soon. Great cover from the Irishman. And 11-2 to the T side here. Wow. It's hard to believe that a month or so ago, people were complaining that this map was too CT-sided. Yep. Obviously, they made changes to it, and the community sort of got torn between whether it became a T-sided map or a CT-sided map. But there still are some people who complain that they think this map is too CT-sided, and obviously some people complain they think it's too T-sided. So I think it's really interesting to see how different teams and their different styles of play sort of end up doing on this map. And it definitely has suited FM Toxic's simple style of play so far.
Yeah, as it's going to be a pretty easy round here for fm-eSports United Estonia now. No matter what's going on in their comms, whether they're getting tempered, whether they're a little bit down, there's some negativity, they just need to put a socket in it and start to calm down a little bit. I set that one up perfectly.
You did. But I mean, when I say that fm-eSports, they have a very, very simple style of play or approach of play, that's based off of what we've seen from them so far. Obviously, we know that these players have played together in the past, but they haven't really had much to do. There we go. They haven't really had much to do, bar the odd set piece here and there. They haven't been reinventing the wheel. It's just been simple yet efficient Counter-Strike, where their timings have been spot on. And one of the reasons why they were so poor on the T side, well, they were very poor on the CT side of Inferno, but even on their T side, why they probably weren't great was because a lot of their timings were quite poor, trying to push towards the bomb sites with a flanker, trying to fake the other bomb site. And the fake is so important on a map like Inferno. But here on Cobblestone, that mid player is always timed to perfection. And as well, United Estonia haven't done themselves any favours, but look at that. Tagging 2 players from Nugget.
Yeah, and he's still going for this here. Windansky's trying to do it with the bigger gun. Now, Nuga's actually going to jump up, and he has sights, and there it is! As Spur got a frag as well with the Nova. They could potentially take this last round here, and it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. They then need to win their pistol, and then they can build some momentum off of that, but there's another... Fearless, is that you?
Oh, you Fearless in disguise.
No, Fearless has gone over to Italy.
Yeah. He actually wanted to participate, but apparently it's ESL rules that he can only participate in 1 EPS. Yeah. So he's decided to stay in Italia. And there is a one dig from Cal. But hey, Weber, if there's any player I fancy to do this, it's him.
But not in that position.
12-3. And I don't think they're going to be too sad. No. Losing that round. Honestly, they win this pistol, don't lose the second round, and they'll be at match point already. And they'll be 1 step closer to tonight's upper bracket final.
Yep, as United Estonia, they win this pistol, they can build some momentum. I want to see whether they try and go for this tactic of just go fast towards B, but it looks like they're going to do the complete opposite and go towards this mid area, going towards A. They spot out Weber, tag him up already down to 80. They need to be careful of Cryptics though, because the CTs get towards that side area a hell of a lot quicker than you may expect or anticipate. He has now fallen back though. Mick and Fetz are going to come around here. The nade does tag them up. Cryptics gets taken down by Mick's headshot. They're now... Nuga actually finds a frag there. Socken defending from Connector. And this A bomb site is going to be there. Socken does find 1 frag, finds a second. Down to 13 HP though, as Fetz needs to collect this bomb. Gets the frag on Socken for good measure as well. Windansky last man standing. And this is looking to be a UE pistol round.
Unless Windansky can rediscover his form from the past 2 maps, but no, just too many questions asked there of him. 12-4 And let's see how United Estonia are going to buy up. Probably going to see sort of a repeat of what they did on Inferno, where they buy up one AK and the others buy up just nades and sort of heavily invest into submachine guns and just Tech 9s to keep money for later on. Or yeah, it's a bit of a mix buy here, Hoss. Interesting. So an AK Galil, but just 3 pistols coming out. So they've got to be careful here and try and recycle these rifles as best as they can, especially if the players in Fets and Cal end up going down.
Yeah, this is what we saw from them on Inferno as well. The fact that when they won, or when they got their first round on the board, they would then go for only 2 main rifles, the rest on pistols, play these rifles so far back and take the range duels, so that if they do then get dinked or fall down, then the rest of the team are able to pick them up. Nuga coming around 5-7 in hand there. Gets the frag onto Weber. Just Socken and Cryptics left to go down as well. This is something United Estonia are good at as well, building their economy, getting the bomb down and winning the rounds off of them as well.
There we have it. 12 for life. Still a long, long way back into the game for United Estonia, but going into the second half, the best approach for them to take is to just forget about what happened in the first half and just try and focus solely on the second half. Win the pistol, win the round after that, win the first 3, and then win your gun round, and before you know it, you're back in the game. And there's the flash going out. And it's going to be the 2 rifles going straight in. So Cal checks his right. There's the pop flash. And boom, let's see whether United Estonia can do it. There's the first from Cal. I think they just spotted Weber's arm. They are going to kill him. And it looks like this might end up being a bit of a stomp for United Estonia.
Yeah, Cryptic's going down there to finish things off there to the jumping Tech 9 of Spur. Just when you thought the running and gunning was bad enough, jumping Tech 9 is up there with the jumping Scout. United Estonia now, they come up against the resistance of FM, who have bought up these M4s. Again, though, they didn't get a good number of frags in these first 3 rounds of the half to warrant them getting a good number of nades, but they have a good set of smokes here.
So Spur with his AWP. We said that he wasn't really buying it up on the T side of Inferno like we're used to seeing him do, but he has opted to go for it this time round, and he's taking it towards the B bomb site. But he's got to be very, very careful because Neil is very, very close. There's just that small dent in the wall where the second they see Neil's head, they will nail him, but he, in fact, gets the frag onto them first. Great stuff from Neil Zinho. Down goes the AWP of Spur. Fets picked it up, but he fell to his death as well. And now United Estonia just falling like flies.
They really should have known Neil Zinho was there as well. He threw a HE which bounced off the box and tagged up 3 players, which at that moment you think that UE would know exactly that he was there, as this is going to be an FM-eSports round. Pretty sloppy play from United Estonia. I don't think this is FM doing anything particularly special. And it all stemmed from that first frag on Spur, just not checking your angles.
And of course, by Spur going down, they also lost that AWP. Granted, Fets picked it up again, but the second he picked it up, he went down as well. And to be honest, the position in which they were in, particularly after discovering Neil Zinho was there, it was not ideal for him to be stood there with an AWP up against that M4. And it's little mistakes like that which could end up making a big difference. If United Estonia lose this one, then their bank is going to be non-existent. And look at this boost coming out from Neil Zinho. You can definitely tell that FM have done their homework, and it probably does stem back to what we were saying about the offline qualifiers for Katowice.
Yeah, but UE now evening things up. Bit of a sloppy peek there from Cow onto Windansky. Mick's going to throw a flash towards the A side, as it looks like they're going to rotate back towards this slope. They spot the head of Windansky, take him down, so for now they're 2-on-1 on this A bomb site. Neil Zinho still holding down the B side from Connector. Socken is going to get flashed up, as is Fets though. Socken is going to win that duel. Neil Zinho coming around, spotted that last player there of Mick, using the grate there just as a pure distraction. Mick doesn't know which way to go and check. Does take down Socken, and now 1 versus 1, 7 HP, just needs 1 shot to the head of Neil Zinho. And this is his round. Gonna fake the plant. I like this play. The molly's gonna force him out, but I think it's the wrong side. I think Neil Zinho thought it was elsewhere. Nice play from Mick.
Yeah, he faked the plant. And then as soon as that Molotov came out, he knew that Neilzinho must have been coming towards him. And he just had the angle advantage there with the AK-47. And as a result, the CT's knocked back onto an eco. But we do have Socken with armor and Cryptix who's gone for the scout. And I want to see where Cryptix has taken this scout. It's actually at mid and it's been lost already. And yeah, this is probably going to have to be around where FM sort of raise their arms to the sky and give up. Or maybe not. These players don't give up. Double from Socken. And now it's 3 versus 2. If Windansky and Neil can perhaps pick up a rifle, they might be able to do this, you know.
They certainly might. But right now, they only have 5.7s in hand, which are probably one of the best pistols to get at range. Because the amount of armor pen they have, maybe not pure damage, but certainly armor pen. Fetz does spot the head of Neilzinho, ducking and diving there. Neilzinho does escape with his life. He's going to push out through that smoke. Nice flick shot there from Mick. As Windansky, last man standing, spotted the leg of Fetz. Is going to push out here, finds one frag, picks up the AK. But then Noga comes out on top. And this is actually a repeat of the first half. We had the T-side win 3 rounds, CT pull 1 back in the 4th. And then it was just all T's. So United Estonia looking to mirror that same pattern that FM set.
So money's tight for FM, obviously, considering the extra nades and Socken buying armor last round, sorry. So Weber only with a FAMAS, but we know that he does have the quality to still get frags with that slightly weaker weapon, and the Dane in Socken definitely does as well. Here's the first, and hopefully the first of many for fm-eSports. We've got the bomb heading towards the A-bomb site for United Estonia. It looks like Nugga's going to be left on the B-bomb site. He's probably going to execute a fake. Meanwhile, United Estonia are going to put all their eggs in one basket and try to head towards A. But there's the frag from Windansky, and it's 5 versus 3. They're outnumbered, and if Cryptix gets this one, they're not learning from their mistakes. United Estonia, it will put fm-eSports at 14 should they be able to see the rest of this round out.
It's the second time Cryptix has played that position, but Cal pushed up very aggressive there. Spots Neilzinho's head. Not going to get it on the repeat. Cryptix again has the angle here. Cal does get taken down by Weber. Just Mick left. And there it is. FM now with their 14th round on the board, just 2 away from victory. As United Estonia going to have to jumble sail this one up.
Again, that's why I said they weren't really learning from their mistakes. Yeah. Because it was 5 versus 3, which is bad enough, because Socken really shouldn't have gotten that frag so early on. And then I think we had an FM player get an AWP frag literally seconds afterwards. So at 5 versus 3, if United Estonia had gotten the next frag and made it 4 versus 3, it could have perhaps still have been doable. But they didn't check the angle. Cryptix has definitely changed his position now, and onwards towards match point. He spurs the rest of his team on. Mick looking to get a headshot. Cryptix with the 3rd, looking to make it 4th. Is he going to do it? Maybe not. Fetz comes in, can only drop 1. And now Neilzinho and Socken to play mind games with the lone Estonian left alive. But he's still got to pick up this bomb. It's been left in a very, very open position, and the CTs are all eyes on it.
Spur gets 1, but he's in this position again, just 2 HP. Showed a little bit too much skin there for Socken. As fm-eSports now 15 rounds. That must mean only one thing. It's their match point. As United Estonia having to force this one up. Tech 9's armor. Seeing a few AKs, only 1 in fact on Mick. And this is now FM's game to throw.
What, you mean throw for skins?
Yeah.
United Estonia have never thrown for skins. What are you talking about? Cal.
Oh
is
boy.
Going to pick up an M4. But not when Weber's playing like that. Headshot comes in. Fetz says, thank you very much. I'll show you how to use a Desert Eagle. Nugget comes in with the Rec 9. And it is going to be advantage United Estonia. They have armor. Nugget picks up the M4. And Windansky here is in a very, very tough situation on this bomb site all by himself with just an AWP.
Neilzinho is going to drop Spur, and that's the bomb as well. Now, where does Mick decide to come from? He breaks the grate. Flashbang goes out. Mick going to spray through there. He is the healthier one of the 2 UE players, and Well, last week we had the longest single map, and if this goes to about 6 overtimes, it might be the longest best of 3 series.
Yeah.
But that's the only thing UE can really play for now, overtime or broke.
The Xenex BO3, that only went to 2 maps, didn't it?
Yeah, but the
Yeah.
second map did go to overtime as well.
That's correct. It was
on-
cash, wasn't
yeah,
it?
it was on cash.
You know, it actually made news articles.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it was
Kotaku reported on it.
So only pistols from fm-eSports, which means we're probably going to see United Estonia go into double figures. This game has definitely been as close as we roughly expected it to be. But again, they're just 2 teams that are very evenly matched. Of course, you've got that little sort of mix factor between the two, which always makes it interesting to watch because the styles of play are always so loose.
Yeah.
Both teams will play in just a YOLO aggressive style of Counter-Strike at times. It is a bit strange to cast at times, but it's definitely fun to watch. And another eco from fm-eSports.
Yeah, they have these rounds to play with, to be fair. But it's then how close is too close.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Welcome to the CT side.
Because right now we're going to see that nade go down. 1, 2, boom. 3% HP lost of Cryptics. Flashbang's just going to drop down. Usually you'd expect to push behind it. 2 players on drop down though is unusual. Nelsinho is able to get 1 frag. Does a lot of damage with the nade. Socken now rotating out of drop down, and they've put their eggs in one basket here. You could see the T side maybe just rotate out of this and go towards A. But now they're 2-on-1. Cryptic's last man standing, 5-7 in hand. Hasn't picked up a rifle just yet. That's not where he's going to come from, Fetz. Luckily that missed bounce. You're going to get a headshot anyway. That's now 11 rounds, but that eco round was a little bit close for comfort.
Now this round could be huge because fm-eSports, they eco 2 rounds in a row to save up to buy up properly for this round. They win this one, they win the best of 3, and they're heading into tonight's grand final. They lose this one, they'll be knocked back down onto an eco. United Estonia will be at 12 and will most likely from that point onwards make it 13. So it's tense. And Nugget wants to make it tenser. There's the entry onto such an important player for FM with the AWP onto Weber. Mick looking to make it another. Cryptics, however, going big. He's done this round after round after round, but his position is now known.
Yeah, it is. There's a pop flash there defensively, as actually Cryptic's going to get flanked here. And wins that duel as well. Is this game over now? Are FM going to take this one 4 versus 2? The odds are certainly in their favour. Bomb under their control as well. Nuga, 49 HP. Oh, but he's still able to find the frag onto Socken. UE now, 2 versus 3.
But the CTs have the bomb. That's the beauty about the situation.
They also have a Fetz good.
And they can smell victory now, fm-eSports. They've huffed and puffed, and it's finally paid off for them. And to be fully honest with you, Haas, I think they have ever so slightly been the better side over the 3 maps, and they've proven that. And there is the final frag, 16-11. Congratulations, fm-eSports, but of course, they haven't qualified for the